So let me take us back to 2018 when I first had my first second trimester loss. Yes, it was a second trimester loss. It wasn't a first trimester loss. I was pregnant as a new bride, a new wife, with so much happiness that I was pregnant, was living my life, and all of that. Then came a certain day. I was just on YouTube. I was just searching on exercises that are suitable for second trimester, just to keep me a little bit active rather than just being lazy around. I saw some exercises and I did a little of these exercises. It wasn't a hard exercise, trust me. They were just minor exercises to move your legs and all of that. That very day, I just discovered that I was having wetness down there. I was just getting extremely wet down there. I didn't understand what it was. I don't know what to do. I noticed it and I told my husband that see what I'm noticing. No, like I get to feel wet down here. When I check, I discovered that it was as if I was seeing fluid, water coming out and all of that. What's this? We had to speak to my landlady who because at that time I was seeing a doctor close by to the house. A I wasn't going to a general hospital. I was going to a private hospital. So I complained and we spoke to her about it, and she was like, let's just see the doctor and know what the issue is. The doctor is a good doctor. That was when she actually directed us to the doctor. That was our first time of seeing the doctor. We registered, we explained what the issue is, and he gave us reasons to believe that there was something called incompetent service, that I have to be off my feet. I should take a lot of water to restore the water that is coming out, that probably the ammonic fluid is coming out. But from his scan, the ammonic fluid was still very sufficient, but I need to avoid anything that would trigger me losing that water or getting that wetness out and all. So I was on bed. I was always on bed drinking water. I'm not the type to drink water, but I started drinking water. Like my husband was just giving water back to back with the intention of, let's refill the ammonic fluid that probably we got to lose some of them and all of that. While at it, I slept one night and it was a different story. I woke up completely different. I felt like a different person. I knew something was wrong. I stood up to urinate. You know that kind of pressure you feel to urinate? This one is different. This kind of pressure, it was different. I had no idea what was going on at the time. I was ignorant of everything. So now speaking about it, now I'm trying to recall all of what's really happened. So I was pressed, so I needed to use the restroom. I stood up to the bathroom. The minute I peed, I just knew that something came out of me, like a lot of water. This was not me urinating. It wasn't urine. It was something I couldn't control. It just pour out. And I quickly called my husband that we need to leave. Something is going on right now. That's how I got our landlady took us to the hospital in the middle of the night, around 3 thereabouts. 1 2 3, I can't remember the time, but it was middle of the night. I got to the hospital. You know how private hospitals can be, that the doctor is usually not there, just the midwives and the nurses. They took me to the theater. Where is the doctor? He's not around. His place is not far. Let's call him. He will be here soon. So they started calling doctor. Doctor said he's coming. While waiting for doctor, I was pressed again. I said I needed to urinate. I want to use the toilet. I said, okay, use this toilet. This what I'm talking. I was already lying on the bed in the theater or in the labor room, whatever it was. I was already lying down while they were waiting for the doctor, and I got pressed again. I quickly went to the restroom, entered the toilet to urinate. As I bent down, guys, guys, as I bent down to urinate, it was a different ball game at that time. I could literally feel the fetus coming out. I could literally feel it. Like I knew something. I touched something. You know when you know something is wrong, and I had to take my hands there to what's going on. I felt a hand. I felt the fetus, which was already protruding out. That's how I screamed. I screamed, called the doctors, called the nurses, called my husband to come. Right there, it was not something that could be controlled anymore. It wasn't controllable. You have no control over. I had no control over what was happening to my body. I just knew my body was expelling this thing. This thing was coming out. My baby was coming out on its own. I was taken to the labor room again. They had to forcefully birth this child, the fetus. The doctor wasn't still around. The nurses, the midwives, they all did it, and they had to evacuate. Oh Lord Jesus. They had to evacuate and ensure that everything was expelled. Nothing else was remaining. And that's why I was in the hospital for another 2 days. With drips, antibiotics to ensure that there is no infection. So that was the first experience. That was our first ever experience to see that, okay, there is something like a loss in a second trimester. When a baby is already formed, you could see the sex of the child. Like the baby this was around 18 weeks. This happened, 18 weeks. Got discharged, not knowing what was ahead. Started life all over again. Started to try. There's this urge after a loss. There's this urge you feel to want to replace that thing you've lost. So all you're thinking about is how you want to get pregnant again. All I was thinking at that time was how I want to get pregnant again. And it's not funny when you're actually meeting your husband for the purpose of I want a baby. There's a pressure that comes with it. Yes, it's fun, something to be enjoyed, right? But now there's this need in your heart that that you feel that if you get pregnant again, that's when you feel happy, that's when you feel comfortable, you feel complete again. There's something missing. You see, after that loss, it's like a part of you, like something is taken away from you, and you will just be searching for that thing to own it again. That was how I felt. Started trying again, and as God will have it, we got pregnant again, like 2-3 months after the loss. Got pregnant again. We're happy. Oh, we're pregnant again. Thank God. I traveled. I had a church program in Delta State. Mind you, I live in Lagos State. I had a church program in Delta State. I traveled to Delta to attend the event. It was a youth event in August. That was how after the youth event, I was still in town. I didn't have the need to rush back to Lagos for anything. The plan for going to Delta as it were was to go through the route of traditional medicine. Do you understand? As an Ijaw girl that I am, the plan was to go through the route of traditional medicine. Since the doctor was saying, oh, there's something called incompetent service, that the service is not firm enough or is too short to keep the pregnancy, to keep the baby to full time. The plan is, okay, let's use traditional now. Today, these things, they work. We spoke to people who were directed to a mama that she does, she's very good, her jobs are very effective. She'll give me medications that will keep my womb cool, that the womb is too hot, it will keep it cool, it will keep it firm for the baby to be comfortable till full term. So basically the plan was for me to even stay in Delta State till I put to bed. That was like the plan. While at it, the very following week after I got to Delta, I started going to see mama. Oh yeah, mama, give me. These are the things I did not drink. I drank. I ate. I drank. I ate. There's this particular kind of food that uh, they prepare with plantain and oil. That food is sweet. I can't just say that I still miss that food. I can't say that now, but you see that food? That food is sweet. It's yummy. You will eat that food. All of this, when you you pay money now. You're using money to get all these things. You pay money every time. They'll massage the belly, massage and check, okay, how's the baby doing? I did not believe what doctor have said. My intention is I'm going through the route of traditional medicine to keep my baby intact. Just 1 week I started this process. You will drink all the gbogbo, the one that is bitter, the one you cannot explain the taste, the one you cannot explain the smell. You drink, and you drink it with your full chest because you're looking for something. Do you get? You are looking for something. They say, oh, they find something, I hand a long pass. You are patient and taking all of this comfortably until that very fateful day. I started feeling strange again at home. Something was not right. I started seeing water again. Drips, drips, drips. I was just getting wet down there. What's going on? I said, no, I need to go see mama. I quickly took the cab. I went to see mama. On getting to mama saw me. She checked me. She obviously knew that something was up. She knew what was coming, but ignorance me, I did not know that what has happened before wants to repeat itself. I had so much confidence in mama that I don't run come, but mama will take care of everything. Everything will be okay. Mama checked me. She just checked and gave me one thing. I can't remember what she gave to me. And she told me she had a place to be, that I should quickly leave, that she has to leave now. That even she'll be late, that I should quickly go, that she has given me something, that I have to leave. She hastened, like she was so much in a rush to chase me away. She wasn't chasing me per se, but right now thinking about it, she was actually chasing me. So that whatever wants to happen will not happen in her house. So I went again. Took a cab again. This time around, I said, no, I'm not going home. Called my mom. Oh yeah, hospital. Because it was getting out of hand. I wasn't obviously okay. Things were going sour. Got to the hospital. People was already coming. You have to be evacuated. There's nothing we can do. The fluid. What I'm saying, the fluid was already coming out. Like when I stand, it will just come out. So when they checked that there was no more fluid for the baby to survive, they need to evacuate and all of that. Now, the first one happened around 18 weeks, right? This very one was still 18 weeks. It wasn't more than 18 weeks. Same 18 weeks gestation.